Hall trying to drive underneath. He's going to spot up, shot. And rebound to the force. Swinging over to the left side. Here's Trevor Keels. We haven't had an opportunity to call his name just yet. And he puts in the game's first points with an easy bucket.
Man, just a reliable player for this Skyforce team. Coming from Duke University, and you know he can score from all three levels. Really physical guard.
Here's Banton. Now Hall working on Madsden. Goes up in the paint and knocks it down. Crafty scoring and decision-making there from Jordan Hall.
One thing I love about this Legends team is when the shot clock is dwindling down, really any of these starting five, other than Jamarian Sharp, can make a play with the ball in their hands.
Here's Keels going to work on Robinson Earl, and Keels attacks the bucket and gets one off the glass to go in. Now these two exchanging buckets. Texas trying to answer with one of their own and throws it out away into the front row. Almost took out a couple beer cans there. Two and a half minutes into it. Skyforce holding this 4-2 lead, trying to find Danger underneath. Danger goes right at Jamarian Sharp and throws it down.
Danger, man. I love his game. Super competitive, always aggressive on the offensive end. A lot of guys don't attack Sharp like he just did.
That's going to be a big challenge for Jamarian Sharp tonight. It's the physical, big body Danger. And there, great follow from Jeremiah Robinson Earl, snuck in behind Danger and put it in for two. Now Keels working a two-man game against Jamarian Sharp. Tried to take it himself, could not. Staying on this side of the court, Madsden. Here's Danger once again. And now you're starting to see a couple of bodies get dedicated to Danger whenever he drives inside, but he kicks it out for a three and knocked in. And Sioux Falls starting to find an offensive rhythm.
Yeah, Danger started his career at Illinois and was still a willing passer, but when he went to Memphis, really became a great passer, which is going to help him at this next level.
Jordan Hall had that one poked away by Keels. Sioux Falls been able to find some rhythm. Look at that throwdown. Danger bringing the panger.
Yeah, not afraid of the moment. You see defense collapses on him, left hand pass right in the pocket for Keels.
Now here's Sharp. Has a good look for Jordan Hall. Hall couldn't knock it down. They have a couple runners out in front. Kick it out to Settle, who has an opportunity from three. Settle playing with a black eye tonight. So if you get a good look at Settle, you'll see that. Couldn't knock that one in. Here's Banton. We haven't called his name just yet. Trying to find one in the paint. Off back rim. Rebound to Sharp. Good look over to Robinson Earl, and he knocks it down for the Legends' first three-point make of the night.
JRE, really the most all-around player on this Legends team, and maybe in the G League. Can do everything really, really well.
Now a whistle on the floor. That's going to go against Robinson Earl.
You see Robinson Earl here just trying to get through this handoff, trying to blow it up like all good guards do, but just too much physicality. Danger got the foul call.
That's just a tough body to have to work through around the arc, and Danger. Here's Carter. You talked about him pregame. Little cross step at the elbow and knocks it in. Cam Carter with his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, he's traveled around the Division I ranks, played for a couple really good coaches, and now has a good opportunity here, especially with a couple Skyforce guys at the next level.
And Banton has that one knocked away. Wasn't a beautiful pass from Robinson Earl. Now 3-on-1. Keels took it himself. Could not finish. Good defense there. Now here's Hall 2-on-1 working with Banton, and Banton finds it underneath the bucket.
That's what you practice every day, right? 3-on-2 to 2-on-1. And the Legends perfected on that fast break.
top to Mbang. Good rotations here from the Legends. They leave a man open in the corner. And Trevor Keels knocks one in from three-point land, and Sioux Falls out to a 6-point lead around the midway point of the first quarter.
This Skyforce team, man, they do a great job of getting stops, but even better here, the Legends turn a defensive stop into a fast break bucket by Delano Banton.
Black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorrento.
This old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Tonight's game is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit us for a great selection of new and used vehicles. And Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play.
And we talked about Trevor Keels in the pregame. The man out of Duke for Sioux Falls, already up to 7 points, outscoring the Legends by himself here so far. 3 of 4 from the floor, including that three-pointer right before we went to break.
Yeah, that's been the difference right now. Legends 0 for 2 from three-point land. This Skyforce team 2 for 4. Super important in this type of competitive environment. You got to run shooters off the line and make them take contested twos.
A couple of guys checking in for the first time. Sheldon Edwards, as well as Matt Cross for the Legends. Delano Banton creating, finding Edwards in the corner, and Edwards couldn't find anything. Now trying to run the floor. He had a couple of runners out front. Attacking the bucket, that's Carter, and it rattles in for Cam Carter.
Really good job from Carter, attacking the middle of that lane on that fast break. Got to JRE's outside hip for the bucket.
And Mbang deflected that one out of bounds. Probably a good thing that he did. I'm not sure he had the eyes of Miles Kelly there in the corner. Now Kelly to inbound. Here's Edwards from the top of the key. Beautiful look for Edwards. 2 offensive rebounds under the bucket. Back out for Kelly. Couldn't knock it down off back rim. Multiple opportunities here for the Legends on this side of the floor. And Edwards with his second good-looking look on this possession, and he knocks that one down. Sheldon Edwards with his first three-point ball.
And that was Matt Cross the whole possession. 2 offensive rebounds and led to some really, really high percentage makes for the Legends.
Now Carter swinging it over to the left wing. Good-looking opportunity and knocks it down. Trevor Keels already into double digits.
And these guys are just too good. When you give them a rhythmic opening to the game, which Keels has had, a couple open threes, you know that one's going in.
And Banton maybe took an extra step there. No one said anything, though. They're going to let it fly. Here's Delano Banton from the baseline. Had a hand in his face. That was a tough shot. Offensive rebound. And Robinson Earl had it poked while going up. It'll stay on this side.
And even though the Legends do have more talent on paper, in my opinion, JRE and Miles Kelly both have been playing with the Mavs. You know, they're back on this G League team now, so even though they have more skill, it does take a while to fit into this system again.
Banton to inbound. He's got Kelly in the corner. Good two-man game there between Kelly and Robinson Earl, and Robinson Earl finishes underneath. Now Quick back down the other side for Sioux Falls. Feels like we continue to say that. They love operating in the fast break, and they get another bucket out of it.
So important. Try to just get to that next level of the court as early in the shot clock as you can.
And Banton tried to do the same thing on the other side, but had it knocked away by Alex Fudge. And here's Fudge. Driving inside, and the LSU product finishes underneath.
Fudge, incredible length, picking up his dribble before the free throw line and able to get to the front of the rim.
I say LSU. He went to LSU, also went to Florida. Spent time at a couple of D1 programs. Now here's Edwards, finding it over to Cross. Under 5 on the shot clock. Banton trying to find one, trying to draw a foul call, could not get it. They've let these guys play here early on, still in search of the first charity stripe opportunity so far. And here's Fudge once again, throwing it down from the back door. Got loose off the baseline, and Sioux Falls is out to a 12-point lead.
And really a direct correlation of Banton on the ground. Skyforce team goes on this fast break and finishes with a slam.
Right here in Frisco, Texas. The greatest show on logo painted wood. Where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can spend some good old-fashioned quality time. Where prospects of today
down the lane, Brandon Williams.
And now is your chance to score the best seat in the house. Secure your tickets now at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Texas Legends.
I'm Kevin with Swipe It on my way to help another customer. At Swipe It, we got great pricing and great service. Super fast! When our customers need service, we drop everything, even eat from a plane. If you process credit cards and are tired of switching from company to company only to be disappointed, start working with the professionals at Swipe It, and we'll help you become more profitable. You won't be disappointed. Serving merchants since 1999.
Get in on all of the excitement all season long. Group tickets, individual tickets, and season ticket packages for 2025-26 are available now. You can call 214-469-0822 or go to TexLegends.com. Back inside the Comerica Center where the Sioux Falls Skyforce trying to wrap up their road trip with the start of a good two-game swing here at the Comerica Center against the Texas Legends, up 25-13 at this point in the first quarter. As the Legends trying to find a run of their own. Mark Armstrong checking into the game. And Armstrong throws it away. Here's Alex Fudge. He's had the last couple of buckets for the Skyforce, couldn't finish, but right there to finish off his mess was Steve Settle.
Yeah, JRE with a great job of contesting. Fudge went up with that inner right hand and gave JRE the opportunity to block it.
Armstrong. Over to Robinson Earl. Earl couldn't get that one to go. Rebound to the Skyforce. Legends have defenders back. They're still trying to work quick. The Skyforce, they throw that one away. Here's Cross trying to go coast to coast. Beautiful pass underneath to Robinson Earl. What a find there for Matt Cross to get the Legends back on the scoreboard.
Man, Matt Cross is making the most out of his minutes. A lot of effort plays, controlling what he can.
Here's Fudge, he's feeling it off back rim. And rebound was knocked around, and it'll stay with Sioux Falls. As it went off to Moy Hodge, who also checks into the game for the first time. .14 on the shot clock. Underneath to Settle. Settle has such a long frame, and he works it to his advantage underneath. He's almost like a swimmer with those arms, and gets underneath and puts in the bucket.
That's right. I mean, Hodge probably had the weight advantage, but Settle just too long.
And That one thrown away, another turnover for the Legends, and Jamarian Sharp will now check in.
So far this first quarter, just a couple mental mistakes for this Legends team. Not grabbing the ball with two hands, not coming to 2 feet jump stops inside the paint.
Legends just going to try to find some consistency here to wrap up this first quarter. 2 minutes to go. Now underneath, Carter going right at Sharp, couldn't finish. Danger. A lot of bodies on the ground. Carter comes up with it, tried to put it back up, but was knocked out of bounds by Demoy Hodge. There's actually going to be a whistle on the floor. That's going to be a foul on Hodge.
And you saw on the screen the turnover margin, right? I mean, 4 for the Legends, 1 for Sioux Falls. Those turnovers cannot be overlooked because they usually lead to fast break opportunities.
Here's another look at that foul. A lot of bodies on the floor just fighting for the ball.
Yeah, you usually see a jump ball there.
Here's Settle trying to find his way inside again, and Hodge whistled for another foul. That's his second here in the first quarter. And that will send Settle to the line for what is the first free throw opportunity for either team. Over 10 minutes into the game.
It's fun to watch this Skyforce team. You know, the affiliate to the Miami Heat. And you can feel the Miami Heat culture in this Skyforce team, right? I mean, I would say their talent level is not the highest, but their discipline, their competitive spirit, super high level.
And they run the floor. Almost everyone touches the ball on offensive possessions. They cover for baseline to baseline, as you see Alex Fudge doing here.
Now they're going to a little 1-3-1.
Certainly disciples of Eric Spoelstra and the program he's run in Miami. Here's an open look in the corner, knocked down from Demoy Hodge. Makes up for those 2 fouls with 3 points.
And kids at home watching, you want to know how you make it to the next level. You got to make those open threes.
Here's Danger operating at the top of the key, swinging it around. Everyone touching the ball here on this possession. And Settle goes in and puts it off the glass. There's that length playing to his advantage once again. Here's Edwards working a 2-man game with Sharp. He's going to take it himself off front rim. Good defense there from Gabe Madsden. Now the Skyforce trying to run the floor once again. Oop opportunity up top to Alex Fudge, who throws it down. And now Fudge on the other end trying to get active defensively. Mark Armstrong from the right wing. Can't knock it down. These fast-paced opportunities for the Legends, they have just not gone their way.
I know, the Skyforce really only playing with 8 active guys, but their energy is not lacking.
And there's Sharp knocking one out of bounds. Just everyone take a breather for a second. As you see Sharp there with his arms on his hips. Here's another look at that block.
Yeah, Sharp has done a fantastic job of really becoming super intelligent and being the second off the floor. Hardly is in foul trouble. And that's tough for a shot blocker of his caliber.
Danger over to Carter. Danger using that big frame, and he will take it. And now a whistle on the floor. And that's going to be no basket. That'll be an offensive foul as he whacked Jamarian Sharp on the way up. Let's take another look at it from under the basket.
Yeah, we'll see here. Danger says that Sharp is coming into Danger, but you see Danger's left arm come down above the neck and shoulder area.
Not a flagrant?
Not a flagrant.
Here's Hodge. Great driving kick. Beautiful look there in the corner for Mark Armstrong, who knocks it home. Under 10 seconds to go. Skyforce can hold for the final shot here. It's been a productive first quarter for them. 35 on the board. Carter trying to go right at Edwards. Finds an opportunity underneath, but Jamarian Sharp protecting the basket. But nevertheless, Sioux Falls able to put together 57% from the floor, including 3 3-point opportunities and 13 points from Trevor Keels to take a 14-point lead into the second quarter over the Legends.
than a stiff back.
I had chronic neck and back pain.
I couldn't lift my arms.
The pain held me back from my daily activities.
Since going to the Joint, I've been able to get my life back.
They guided me through the whole entire process.
The doctors at Joint Chiropractic are so professional. I felt so safe in their hands.
The Joint and the chiropractic care they provide helps in all aspects of life.
Visit The Joint today. Scan the QR code and find a doctor near you.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Nobody wakes up planning for an emergency that day. At Total Care, our expert ER team stands ready with all the resources of the big hospital ERs, but built around you. With our wholehearted attention the moment you come through our doors. And it's right in your neighborhood. Total Care Emergency Room. On a mission to heal.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorrento.
Texas Legends basketball, your seat to the future.
Welcome back into Comerica Center. Abby Jones here. It is the start of the second period, excuse me. And today we talked to head coach Max Hooper about the importance of this game because the guys are on a losing streak here at home. They've lost 4 straight of the last 7. They won 3, now losing 4. Delano Banton is going to be all eyes on the match tonight because he is the first with drives in the G League as a player. But this team, Skyforce, #1 as well. So that's going to be the matchup to watch tonight, guys.
Thank you, Abby. Here checking in for this second quarter, and it was not a pretty first one for the Legends. They're going to have some work to do before the half to get back into this one. DJ Draper alongside me. I'm Nick Harris. Appreciate you joining us here from a semi-packed Comerica Center. Everyone trying to get out of the house after being iced in for the last week or so.
That's right. And as much as coaches don't want to really say it, this game comes down to shot making 9 times out of 10. The Skyforce team just shooting at a better clip right now, really almost doubling them up on field goals and 3-point percentage in that first quarter.
He's going for that rebound. Jordan Hall ended up knocking it out of bounds, so it'll stay on this side of the floor. Here's Carter. He's had a couple of good takes so far. He's going to kick it out to Settle. And Settle trying to cross over on Jordan Hall. Hall knocked it loose. Running the floor and just too far out in front for Mark Armstrong. And that's another turnover.
And Armstrong's quick, but not quick enough to catch this pass from Jordan Hall. Right idea, though.
That's the 6th turnover for the Legends here in this first half. Here's Mbang down for Dane Danger, trying to work a 2-man game with Settle. He honestly could have taken that one himself, though. Maybe one too many passes there.
Something that's going to be interesting here is, we touched on it earlier, Sioux Falls only 8 active players for this game, right? I mean, let's see how this Legend team really tries to wear them down. Maybe some more full court pressure, maybe take some quicker shots in this shot clock too.
And we've seen a lot of rotation so far from the Legends as well, so maybe trying to play into that marathon thought process to where in the second half they can catch these guys huffing and puffing a little bit more, especially as, like you said, they've been running the floor quite a bit, the Skyforce have.
Yeah, well, you got Bucky McMillan in College Station, right? Bucky ball, Texas A&M. He always says that the second half is always their time because they play 10 to 11 guys really, really tough. And so maybe expect something like that from this Legend team.
Here's Hall, and he moved that pivot. The official was right in front of him, and that's another turnover.
You've really got to shuffle your feet for travel to be called out here.
Yeah. And curious to see what the physicality looks like underneath from Jamarian Sharp. There in that first quarter, he got taken by Dane Danger a couple of times. The length of Steve Settle got to him a couple of times as well. But as we've seen from Jamarian Sharp in these last couple of years here with the Legends program, he's continuing to develop his game, and that's part of it, is being more physical, using that 7'5" frame. And there he is picking off the pass underneath. 3-on-2 opportunity. Armstrong's gonna take it himself, and met at the rim by Bez Mbang. And Mbang didn't think that was a foul, but it was physical. And we're going to take another look at it, and I believe Sioux Falls may take another look at it as well. They did call a timeout. What's your call there, DJ?
Yeah, I mean, Armstrong definitely with that off arm pushing off. But it is a physical game. We'll see what this referee's come up with here, but, man, credit to Jamarian Sharp, though, for that steal.
And we will take another look at it. The officials will get to the monitor. We'll be right back after this.
Thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Man, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Braintopia is a company that offers neurofeedback training, which is a holistic way to help with the symptoms of many neurological issues. Some people come after they've tried everything else, and some people come because they want to try this first. But everyone's coming because they want relief of some kind of symptom. We work with a wide variety of clients, anywhere from age 2 to 84 and everything in between. Athletes, students, or adults that want to perform better in their day-to-day life. Welcome to the Braintopia family. We can't wait to see you soon.
Welcome to Legends Land, the greatest show on logo painted wood. Where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can spend some good old-fashioned quality time. Texas Legends basketball, your seat to the future.
February 16th is President's Day. That means that the kids are going to be bored at home unless you get them signed up for the Texas Legends Day Camp. Sign up today at TexasLegends.com. And it turns out the officials did not look at that foul call there at the rim by Bez Mbang. Mbang is having a couple of conversations with some officials, but nevertheless, it will send Mark Armstrong to the free throw line for the first free throw opportunity of the night for the Legends.
Nick, what do you think about this one shot for two? How do you like it in the G League?
I think it is perfect for the G League, right? Because and he does miss the two opportunity because it shows the emphasis of having to knock down these free throws. Now, at the NBA level, I know it's kind of been thrown in here as a tester for the NBA level. I think you still need to shoot every shot for every point at the NBA level, but here it allows for more open play, and you have opportunities for highlights like that from Jamarian Sharp. A couple of defensive plays on back-to-back possessions for Sharp. Armstrong trying to find points out of it. Sharp trying to finish underneath, could not. Great job by the force underneath.
I've always said that the one free throw for 2 or 3, I think it benefits worse free throw shooters.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it benefits the poor free throw shooters.
Here on the left wing, here's Hodge. Jamarian Sharp trying to throw it off a man. And now Carter couldn't finish at the rim, and Mbang is down. There's a couple of players on the ground. A collision there. Right in the mid-range area. As that's Jamarian Sharp and Bez Mbang. A little slow to get up.
Mbang has had a tough few possessions.
And take a look at the top left of your screen here on this replay. You see Sharp just full body right into Mbang. he was probably going 75% speed there, you would have to think. That was not a pretty collision.
I mean, thank goodness Sharp is 7'5", right? I mean, his crotch collides with Mbang's head, but otherwise it would have been a shoulder.
Maybe one that he's got to walk off here.
Yeah. Oh, man. Look at this. Oh! It's like a wide receiver going across the middle of the field.
And he's sharing a laugh with the trainers, so maybe that's one he just needs to work through here on the bench. And back in action here for the Skyforce. 3 minutes have gone by here in the second quarter without any points scored, and Des Moines Hodge thought he had a fast break opportunity there, but he stepped out of bounds.
Man, that was some intelligent hands from Des Moines Hodge. Keels put it right down in that shooting pocket, and Hodge sniffed it out.
Staying on this side. Legends have done a good job defensively here in this quarter, and there's another block underneath. They just haven't been able to find a bucket themselves as Trey Townsend checked in for that block. Active defense on both sides. Really kind of a flip of what happened for the Legends in the first quarter.
And if Trey Townsend looks familiar, he was on that Cinderella Oakland team with Jack Golke.
Well, he could find the three-point shooter, is what you're saying.
For sure.
And finally, Jordan Hall with his signature turnaround jumper gets the Legends on the board here in this second quarter. Took 3.5 minutes for either team to find the bucket. Good ball distribution here from the Skyforce, and Cam Carter finishes. He hung up in the air for what felt like a second and a half and finished, and he'll go to the line for one more.
I mean, first time seeing that live, it looked like Cross was pretty vertical. A lot of contact, though. Cross, that secondary defender, jumps up, and a lot of times when they get contact to that midsection, the defender's hands come down. Good call from the refs.
And Carter finishes it. Here's Jordan Hall. Picked up at half court by Mbang. Gets a screen from Robinson Earl. And that one's thrown away right into the hands of Carter. Carter with a behind-the-back pass to Trevor Keels. That was a beauty. Keels couldn't finish, though. Here's Jordan Hall pulling up from the left wing. Can't get it to go. And now a foul underneath, and looks like maybe there's some frustration from both sides here offensively.
Yeah, Legends shooting 33% from the field, 25 from three-point land. Skyforce a little bit better, 47% from the field and 33 from three-point land.
Delano Banton checks back into the game. For my money, he's been the most consistent scorer on this team. No look pass to Miles Kelly. Now trying to drive underneath. Here's Des Moines Hodge. Couldn't get it to go. And now a whistle on the floor. It will go against the Skyforce as Josh Cohen checks into the game. Gets whistled for his first. It's the third team foul already for Sioux Falls in this period. Kelly to Banton, back to Kelly. Opportunity from the left wing, couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, another one here for the Legends, and Robinson Earl finishes underneath. If there is an offensive positive to look at, it's been those offensive rebounds, and they've been able to finish on about half of those opportunities here so far.
For sure, and Miles Kelly, for the Mavs fan, you know, was drafted and picked up because he's an elite outside shooter. Just really hasn't found that rhythm yet, in my opinion, but I really do think he will. A lot of people used to say, coming from college to NBA, the three-point line comes back, but not nearly as much as it used to. College now at the FIBA, 2.5 feet back from high school. I think he'll find his rhythm soon.
Here's Banton trying to find a rhythm, and he knocks through a three-pointer. He had two Skyforce defenders in his area. No problem. The Legends cut the lead to 10.
Offensively, probably the most NBA-ready guy out here, Delano Banton.
Knocked loose underneath. Here's Hodge running the floor. He's got a couple of guys with him, and Banton couldn't finish underneath. That was a good look there. And now fighting for the ball, and that's going to be a jump. Great job there from Matt Cross to fight for the loose basketball. He'll jump it right here at the charity stripe.
Yeah, Matt Cross, man, he's earning his paycheck. Hard hat guy, right? I mean, lunch pail, figuring out ways to find himself on the court just with effort.
SMU product here in his first season in the G League. Been able to stay in the DFW area. The tip gets knocked around, and over to Banton, who fights through some active hands from the force, and he'll take a foul call.
And what feels like a dominant first quarter and a half from the Skyforce team. Legends only down 10 with Banton at the free throw line.
And Sioux Falls is going to take a timeout. They had 35 points in that first quarter, but just 3 so far with 6:18 to go here in the first half.
Black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorrento.
I'm Kevin with Swipe It on my way to help another customer. At Swipe It, we got great pricing and great service. Super fast! When our customers need service, we drop everything. Even eat from a plane! If you process credit cards and are tired of switching from company to company only to be disappointed, start working with the professionals at Swipe It, and we'll help you become more profitable. You won't be disappointed. Serving merchants since 1999.
Welcome to Legends Land, the greatest show on logo painted wood, where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can spend some good old-fashioned quality time. Texas Legends Basketball, your seat to the future.
Legends Basketball is presented by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, serving the best real Texas barbecue since 1989. And In Touch Credit Union, your best option for a wide range of money management tools.
You probably had your phone out during that commercial break, right? Well, remember, you can follow the Texas Legends on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and the team's website, TexasLegends.com. So go on those social media apps and give us all a follow. Back here in the Comerica Center, as both teams have grounded to a halt offensively here in this second quarter. Legends trying to take advantage of it on the Skyforce side of things. They hold a 7-3 advantage here close to the midway point. What have you attributed that to here, DJ? There's been a lot of active hands, active defense on both sides, but also a lot of beautiful opportunities that just haven't been taken advantage of.
Yeah, I think the Legends got to give a lot of praise to Jamarian Sharp. Because, I mean, what he's doing, he's helping hold down the fort because they're not shooting really well from the field right now, and Sharp is helping withstand that Skyforce run.
That's a big free throw there for Banton. First free throw make of the night for the Legends. And I will say these officials are letting these guys play as well. There haven't been many whistles on the floor. It's been a physical game here in this first half. It's always going to be a physical game against guys like Dane Danja and Steve Settle. I say that, and there's a whistle on the floor.
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot of this. You know, when these bigs are going to these ball screens, a lot of coaches are teaching the defender for the guy that's setting the ball screen to be incredibly physical. Steph Curry is like one of the first guys to do that. He's so physical that they really can't get into the ball screen.
And Danja certainly serving that purpose for Sioux Falls. Settles, didn't quite get a beautiful pass there in the corner, almost knocked it in. Rebound to Danja. Danja back out to Keels. He's had a couple of three-point makes. He's going to take it himself and finishes underneath. What a finish there from Trevor Keels.
And this is where the Skyforce team will make their money on the interior. No Sharp out there on the court.
Back out to a 10-point advantage. Robinson Earl over to Kelly. Under 5 on the shot clock now. Banton's gonna have to do something with it. He's gonna go up. Did he get it off? It won't matter. Airballed and rebounded straight to the force. Here Settles. And he gets it knocked away. 4-on-2 opportunity. Kicked back out to Banton from the left wing. Couldn't get it to go. Cross there for the offensive rebound. And they'll reset things to the top of the key with Miles Kelly. 8 to shoot. Kelly going after Settle. He's gonna turn around jumper in the paint and rebounded to Danger. Ball still knocking around. And it'll be a whistle. It'll go over to Sioux Falls.
So much physicality from Matt Cross. You see Dane Danger trying to shake off a hit to the nose.
Here's another look at that.
Look at Cross, man, just with the swinging right forearm shivers Dane Danger's bridge of his nose.
But we've seen a few of these so far. Jamarian Sharp has taken a couple of shots. Dane Danger gets him one. It's gonna be a bloody locker room here at the halftime for both sides. Here's a look for Cam Carter from the right wing. Pure, nothing but net. That's a much needed 3-ball from Sioux Falls. Just to get some confidence back on their offensive side of things, but now for Texas, it only increases the urgency. Banton over to Robinson Earl. He passed up a wide open 3. Here's Cross underneath. It ended up being a good pass after all. Great decision there from Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Oh yeah, the older guys, the older generation's gonna love that play. A pump fake to a one more, another pump fake. Good classic basketball.
Here's Carter. Over to the left corner. And bang. Gets whacked by Miles Kelly. Here's the ball movement on that last possession from the Legends.
And this puts the defense in a tough spot, right? Swinging it to a ball screen. One more to Matt Cross, the up and under. That's good, solid, intelligent play from the Texas Legends.
Timeout on the floor, 30 seconds. And that was a good job by Cross underneath as well to get Cam Carter up in the air. Now, if you're talking here in this Texas Legends huddle, this is an 11-point deficit, but you definitely feel like you have found some momentum here in this second quarter. But to get it within 5 to 7 by halftime, what do they need to do?
I mean, I think they got to just keep playing with physicality on defense. If you're Coach Max Hooper, you're saying, hey, guys, 43 points in this part of the game, that feels pretty good, especially in an NBA G League game. But offensively, we've got to figure out a way to get the lid off the basket and find more points in the paint, right? I mean, this Skyforce team has doubled up the Legends in points in the paint, 26 to 14.
Here's Mbaye, knocks down the 1 for 2. And the lead is back out to 13 for the boys from the Pentagon. One of the better G League facilities that they play their home games at, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Great ball movement on this possession too. Miles Kelly gets a good look in the corner, and he knocks down a tray ball.
I did not know that the Pentagon is in Sioux Falls.
It is indeed.
Wow, it's a good place to put it. No one's going there.
Here's Danger, and couldn't get it to finish. Now that's what they call their home basketball arena.
Oh,
okay,
wow, okay.
Okay, I didn't know if you were maybe getting confused there.
I was like, I mean, that's the one place to put the, maybe it moved, I didn't know.
Banton took that one to the hole and finished off the glass. Legends cut it to 8. This is a big opportunity here for the Legends. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. An opportunity to get back into this game before going into the locker room break. Here's Madsden. Couldn't get it to go. Jeremiah Robinson Earl. He's done a good job of distributing here so far tonight.
So good. The way he can rebound the ball, start the fast break, go right into a dribble handoff.
Banton trying to create offensively on his own. Here's Robinson Earl. He's gonna have to kick it out. Here's Kelly. Got a good look from around the elbow and knocks it in. And the Legends cut it to 6. They haven't been this close since the early stages of the first quarter.
Yeah, and they really haven't found that guy who's scored at a high clip. Robinson Earl probably the best at 5 for 7 from the field tonight.
Here's Fudge. crafty job of getting underneath. The whistle is going to be on the floor. Basket will not count. That's the second foul on Miles Kelly. They'll send Fudge to the free throw line. And Fudge knocks it in. That's a big free throw for Sioux Falls. Try to keep an arm's length distance from Texas before going into the halftime break. Banton finds Robinson Earl. There were a couple of bodies on Banton. He found the open man at the top of the key, and JRE knocks it down from three-point land.
That's right, JRE slips out of that, open from three. He's the hot hand right now, 6 for 8 from the field, 1 for 1 from three-point land.
Carter with a mini step back and trying to find a groove of his own. Long rebound out to Madsden. Madsden's done a good job of distributing it as well, trying to find another opportunity. Trevor Keels. We haven't called his name here in the second quarter too much. A whistle underneath on Jeremiah Robinson Earl. He didn't like it. And Sioux Falls is in the bonus. So that will send the Force to the free throw line. Here's another look at that.
JRE does a good job of getting kills up the three-point line. Not a ton of contact.
Yeah, not so sure about that one. And he might be saying ball don't lie after that miss. Under 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Sheldon Edwards trying to find a quick three on the other side. Couldn't get it to go. Probably not the best shot selection there early in the shot clock.
I'm telling you, Edwards doesn't care what you think about shot selection. He's as confident as it comes.
Here's Madsden. Another drive and kick. Here's Fudge from the left wing. Off back iron. Long rebound out to Mbang, and a great job of attacking the bucket from Bez Mbang, the Yale product, with a smart drive to the hoop, if you will. Under a minute to go now, and that one thrown away. A couple of turnovers on each end.
That's right, 2 for 1 opportunity here if you're the Legends. Let's see if they go to try to get a quick shot.
Don't even necessarily have to take a quick one, right? You could take probably 15, 20 seconds here.
Yep.
Certainly looks like they'll take their time. 49-42. Here's Banton pulling up from the left elbow and knocks it in. That's a big make there for Texas. Can they cash in on this 2 for 1 opportunity? 8-second difference between shot and game clock. Let things settle just for a bit as Mbang. And tries to throw that one away, and he does. Goes to the Legends, 10 seconds to go. Miles Kelly left alone on the other side of the floor, trying to go up. Great defense from Fudge. 3 to go. They're gonna have to get a shot up. Fudge couldn't get it as he had it knocked away going up to the hoop. Good action there at the end of the first half, and Miles Kelly is down on the floor on the other end. Took a shot there at the end of that first half. Crazy action there to finish off that second period.
Well, if you wanted great shooting, not what this first half brought, but a lot of physicality, and I expect this second half to be filled with points.
Black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorento.
Braintopia is a company that offers neurofeedback training, which is a holistic way to help with the symptoms of many neurological issues. Some people come after they've tried everything else, and some people come because they want to try this first. But everyone's coming because they want relief of some kind of symptom. We work with a wide variety of clients, anywhere from age 2 to 84 and everything in between. Athletes, students, or adults that want to perform better in their day-to-day life. Welcome to the Braintopia family. We can't wait to see you soon.
My dad is a real-life superhero. Whenever people need him the most, he is always ready. he springs into action with amazing gadgets and a supersonic truck, ready to face whatever catastrophe awaits. My dad is a superhero, and when you need help after a disaster, he'll always be there to save the day.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take the TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Nobody wakes up planning for an emergency that day. At Total Care, our expert ER team stands ready with all the resources of the big hospital ERs, but built around you. With our wholehearted attention the moment you come through our doors. And it's right in your neighborhood. Total Care Emergency Room. On a mission to heal.
Texas Legends basketball. Your seat to the future.
Welcome into Comerica Center. Abby Jones here with two very special guests. We have two doctors, Dr. Bobby Kumar and Dr. Moo Tomlinson. So great to have you guys here with Vituity Cares tonight. Just want to talk about what you guys do in this community. I know that it is plentiful. What is MOVE and how are you a part of it?
So I'm one of the physician founders for MOVE. I'm a family physician, but practicing longevity, women's health, performance optimization, and our goal is really to help get people healthier much sooner than when we are seeing them in the hospital. As a physician group, Vituity sees patients so late in the game. They're facing illnesses. They're dealing with healthcare crises. And what we're trying to do is get people healthier so that their lives not just are being extended for health, but also for fulfillment.
And also, most people don't know until it's too late. How do you kind of prevent these measures?
I think a lot of it is really understanding your body, your physiology, how hormones play into your functionality, understanding the small signals that you're ignoring, like stress, inflammation, that just are insidious in our bodies. Our internal biological clock is aging much faster when we're faced with these barriers. And so what we're trying to do is recognize them early, catch those signals, give you the treatments, give you the therapies that are truly evidence-based, but much earlier on.
And we have the CEO of Vituity here, Dr. Tomlinson. Doctor, what is one thing that you want fans to walk away from this interview that maybe they didn't know about MOVE or Vituity about?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, we take care of about 13 million patients across the entire country, and it's hard to think about health care for people, but it's really just about health. Can you think about health, sleep, exercise, what you eat? You know, all those things that you need to do so you can be healthy. And that's what we're really focused on, is we're focused on with MOVE. And with Vituity Cares, we also try to take care of people who don't always have the best access to care.
And then I know that you guys work in communities that are maybe overlooked. How did that kind of come to fruition? And what about the work on the ground there?
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of disagreeable. I got frustrated with the bureaucracy of healthcare. You guys know how hard it is out there to receive care and get care, and so I got frustrated. And we wanted to create an opportunity for people to get care without all of that bureaucracy. So we do free clinics all around the country. We've done several here in Dallas, and really what we want to do is just get back to the people, provide them an opportunity to receive care, but also to receive food and clothing and all those fun things that make healthcare a little bit better.
The essential things, of course, and we have some incredible jerseys here tonight, doctors, if you would like to showcase these. Now, the Legends will be wearing this tonight, and we have the first look here. Doctor, I see the colors here in your hat. What's your first reaction to this?
Beautiful. I love the colors.
Wait, I thought, am I going to wear one tonight?
You might be able to suit up.
I think I can get in. I think I can make a shot.
All right, it's so important that players take care of their health, and fans, you too, as well. So we are going to send it over for stats and highlights for the second half. But doctors, thank you so much for joining us. I feel informed. Fans, I hope that you are too.
This old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal.
Thought Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
My dad is a real-life superhero. Whenever people need him the most, he is always ready. He springs into action with amazing gadgets and a supersonic truck, ready to face whatever catastrophe awaits. My dad is a superhero. And when you need help after a disaster, he'll always be there to save the day.
Welcome to Legends Land, right here in Frisco, Texas. The greatest show on logo painted wood, where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can spend some good old-fashioned quality time. Where prospects of today
down the lane, Brandon
stars of
Williams.
tomorrow. And now is your chance to score the best seat in the house. Secure your ticket now at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Texas Legends.
Nobody wakes up planning for an emergency that day. At Total Care, our expert ER team stands ready with all the resources of the big hospital ERs, but built around you. With our wholehearted attention the moment you come through our doors. And it's right in your neighborhood. Total Care Emergency Room. On a mission to heal.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorrento.
My dad is a real-life superhero. Whenever people need him the most, he is always ready. He springs into action with amazing gadgets and a supersonic truck, ready to face whatever catastrophe awaits. My dad is a superhero. And when you need help after a disaster, he'll always be there to save the day.
This game is presented by Sucker Punch Pickles, the trusted pickle choice of top athletes. And your local Kia dealer. Discover Kia's full lineup of stylish and innovative vehicles at kia.com.
We are at halftime here at the Comerica Center. Sioux Falls holding on to a 5-point advantage over the Texas Legends. The Skyforce ballooned out to a 17-point lead in that first half, but Texas on both ends were able to claw back into it.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, their effort was really, really high, and you're going to need that when the Skyforce teams jumps out like they do. They were shooting nearly 60% from the field in that first quarter. Now it's come down a little bit. Skyforce are at 43% from the field in that first half.
One guy still shooting 60%. Granted, 60% from three-point land is Trevor Keels for the Sioux Falls Skyforce. He had a lot of opportunities there in that first quarter. Defensive attention there in that second quarter limited shots from beyond the arc, but nevertheless a good first half from the Duke product.
Yeah, man, he's been at it as advertised. I mean, he's scoring at all three levels. At his size, you expect him to just be a driver downhill, but he's expanded his game. He can make the open three, and when you do that, you see him pump fake and get to the front of the rim for a really high-quality shot.
And when you talk about offensive consistency for the Legends that they were able to find in that second quarter, it went right through that man, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. Whether it was offensive rebounds or finding open shots, he was the do-it-all man for the Legends.
I love seeing these Villanova products play. They're super intelligent. They're good at everything. Great teammate. They play super hard. But if you give a guy like JRE time to get 10 toes towards the rim, he's going to make you pay.
And we've talked about it a couple of times so far tonight with Sioux Falls only dealing with 8 guys on the floor, the Legends dealing with 11 guys on the floor. There's going to be opportunities for the Legends in the second half, especially when you look at this first half. There's a lot of stats that play into the favor of the Legends.
For sure, and there's one thing Coach Max Hooper's preaching in this halftime speech right now. It's points in the paint. We've got to be physical enough to get inside the paint and score at a high percentage there.
We're going to have a good second half here at the Comerica Center. Don't go anywhere just yet. Whether it's Jeremiah Robinson-Earl or Miles Kelly, there's going to be a lot of offensive power here in this second half for the Legends. We'll be right back with the second half tip right after this.
Thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
My dad is a real-life superhero. Whenever people need him the most, he is always ready. He springs into action with amazing gadgets and a supersonic truck, ready to face whatever catastrophe awaits. My dad is a superhero, and when you need help after a disaster, he'll always be there to save the day.
Welcome to Legends Land, right here in Frisco, Texas. The greatest show on logo painted wood, where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can spend some good old-fashioned quality time. Where prospects of today
down the lane, Brandon
stars of
Williams.
tomorrow. And now is your chance to score the best seat in the house. Secure your ticket now at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Texas Legends.
Nobody wakes up planning for an emergency that day. At Total Care, our expert ER team stands ready with all the resources of the big hospital ERs, but built around you. With our wholehearted attention the moment you come through our doors. And it's right in your neighborhood. Total Care Emergency Room. On a mission to heal.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorento.
Greatness isn't only measured in points and rebounds. It's also measured in excellent brushing and flossing habits. Patient of the Day returns at Indian Creek Dental, the official team dentist of the Texas Legends. Your moment, your smile, your destiny. Texas Legends Patient of the Day. Become legendary.
Texas Legends basketball, your seat to the future.
Welcome back to Comerica Center. I'm Abby Jones. I talked with Coach Max Hooper going into halftime. He talked about the importance of the paint defense here. Now, the game plan changed a little bit. He mentioned it's G League. There are a few guys missing. They're missing 2 of their two-way guys. So the game plan has changed a little bit. They're now looking at Trevor Keels, who's made 3 three-pointers. So he's been able to kick out the 3-ball and be effective outside of the perimeter. They're going to need to clean up and move the ball in the paint. They're looking to Jamarian Sharp. The guy is 7'5", so you hope that he has a little bit of luck and a little bit of a bonus there in the paint. But it's gonna come down to paint defense tonight.
Thank you, Abby. And I think Max Hooper was listening to your halftime analysis, DJ Draper. You had mentioned it. They need to be better in the paint.
You know, I'm fortunate enough to occasionally play morning pickup runs with Max Hooper. and he's coaching all of us up, right, telling us what to do. So I've got a little bit of coach's advice in my ear constantly.
Here's Miles Kelly. He took a shot there at the end of that first half. Had an eye poke, and you can kind of see that left eye. But he's going to stay in the game. Here's another look at that poke right at the end of that first half. He had to be tended to on the floor for a couple of minutes. Had a couple of trainers around him before bringing him into the locker room. That's a nasty one to take there.
Yeah, that's one of those injuries you do not want to play around with. Mavs fan Anthony Davis, the reason he wears those goggles now is because of a detached retina, and that's how that happens, just a simple poke to the eye.
Looks like he will be just fine, getting up some shots here and shoot around as we get ready here for the second half. Sioux Falls holding on to that 5-point advantage. And if you're talking about playing better in the paint on both sides, not only is it a guy like Jamarian Sharp, but there's also a responsibility to be had by the guys around the top of the arc to be able to defend and not allow those entry passes into the paint, whether you're talking defensively or even offensively, to be able to create those offensive opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, what you hear a lot, Kelvin Sampson, head coach for Houston, right? The Houston Cougars always says, we've got to win the first dribble, okay? So when someone catches the ball with a live dribble, you got to win that first dribble and stay in front of your man. And that's what Coach Max Hooper wants. Great paint defense, stay in front of your guy, so that way you don't have to have so much help.
And there's Steve Settle. He was good in that first half. Knocked down a few shots from the floor, had 8 points and 7 rebounds. You just see that length that he was able to use to his advantage there in those first couple of frames. And he hasn't knocked down a 3-ball yet, but we were watching him here and shoot around, getting ready for this second half. I counted 13 straight makes that he made from this right wing, right corner. So if he starts hunting down this right wing, right corner, don't be surprised for Steve Settle. As looking ahead here for the Texas Legends, talking about these upcoming games, they'll be right back here at the Comerica Center tomorrow afternoon against the Sioux Falls Skyforce. So if you don't have anything going on tomorrow afternoon and maybe you want to get the kids out and the ice is melting, you want to get back out on the road, bring them out to the Comerica Center. And they'll head on a 1-game road trip just down south I-35. February 4th, they'll take on the Austin Spurs at the 10:30 a.m. tip. And they'll be back home for 3 consecutive home games, starting with a 2-game swing against the Stockton Kings next Friday and Saturday. Friday night on KFAA 29, and then on February 12th, welcoming in the RGV Vipers for a 7 p.m. tip on KFAA. All games airing on Urban Edge Network and Mavs TV. So if you don't have anything going on over the course of these next week and a half, come out to the Comerica Center, the franchise of the year. The Texas Legends do such a good job of putting on an event presentation, and certainly gets all the fans involved. You know, every time I come to a Legends game, I don't see fans leave. They have a good time here, win or lose, and that's certainly been the case here tonight.
Oh, Malcolm Farmer does a great job with this setup. I mean, it really is, like, you know, you see the movie Semi-Pro where, like, Jackie Moon's doing all this crazy stuff. I mean, Malcolm Farmer does that here, but in the most professional manner. Like you said, when people come to a game, they come to another one. I mean, he has a lot of recurring fans that are willing to come pay money to see this team play because it's an awesome atmosphere.
And you hear this atmosphere on display here to start off this second half. The Skyforce with Bez and Bang will start things off. And both sides will be looking for that first run here in the second half to maintain control in this game. It looks like there's a little bit of a discussion between the officials, and that's went off of Trevor Keels. Great job there from Jeremiah Robinson-Earl to deflect that pass. And that's an early turnover for the Force here in this second half.
Legends going to that early pistol action with Jordan Hall kind of running that handoff.
Entry pass. Robinson-Earl going up against Settle. He's going to take it himself. There's that turnaround jumper in the paint, and that's pure. Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, he just has a groove here tonight, and he continues that groove coming out of the halftime locker room.
And that's the difference between a G League player and a two-way guy, is when the shot clock's going down, can you get a bucket one-on-one? And JRE does that.
It is a 3-point game for the first time in a long time since the early parts of that first quarter. Deflection from Miles Kelly knocked out of bounds. We've seen more of that too. Deflections on passes, and they've been able to get their hands in the way of these passing lanes. Here's another look at that Robinson Earl turnaround. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, he sees there's no double coming and gets to his spot.
Now trying to put up a shot there at the end of the shot clock. Couldn't get it to go. Great defense from the Legends on that possession to force that late shot clock chance. Kick out to Banton. We haven't called his name too much tonight. He's going to try to create underneath, and he will. Delano Banton up to 13 points on the night.
Elite at drawing fouls, so when you see him slicing through that lane with his arms outstretched, that's what he's trying to do.
This is the closest the game has been since it was 6-4. Another turnover forced by the Legends. Texas hunting down their first lead of the night here in the early stages of this second half. Here's Jordan Hall taking it himself, throwing a body underneath, and couldn't get it to go. Couldn't finish Steve Settle on defense. Here's Mbang going right at Miles Kelly. And once again, Sioux Falls comes up empty. And some chaotic, sporadic offensive possessions here to start off the second half for Sioux Falls. There's Jordan Hall. Hall underneath to Sharp. And Sharp had it poked away from Mbang. And it's going to be off of Sharp. Another turnover for the Legends.
Yeah, really good offensive action, though, from the Legends. They got Jordan Hall going full speed downhill from a JRE handoff. I like what Coach Max Hooper is putting together.
Here's Mbang. Underneath to Settle. Here's an opportunity for Madsden from deep. Couldn't get it to go. Here in the third quarter's first 3 minutes, Sioux Falls has yet to find a point. There's a foul. Goes against Jamarian Sharp. That's his first. Sioux Falls will be able to set up their half-court offense here for a potential opportunity. Underneath to Madsden. Swing back out to Settle, and Settle knocks it down from the left wing. We talked about it. Settle was knocking him down here in shoot-around before the second half started. He gets his first one to go.
Oh, he's prepared. He puts in the work in the off-season and during practice time to knock those down.
Kelly on the follow. And if you're playing 21, that would send you back to 0. Perfect tip there for Miles Kelly. And a whistle, and Madsden stepped out. Yet another turnover for Sioux Falls here early in the second half. Legends still hunting down that first lead. They can get it with a 3 ball here. Here's Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Couldn't get it to go. Max Mbang down the other side. Swing over to Settle. Settle going after JRE. Danger. Gonna have to kick it all the way out. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Keels. He finds some space there in the mid-range and can't get it to go. Banton with the rebound.
Great job from Sharp being there on the short roll and contesting Keels.
Banton had that one knocked loose from Mbang. We've said that so many times about Bez Mbang tonight. You're going up for a shot around number 3. You need to make sure you have both hands on the ball.
I know, similar player comp to like Davion Mitchell.
I love it. I love it.
Right? From Baylor, just a really heady defender. Mitchell actually had some time with the Heat.
Still is, right?
You might be right.
We're so G League focused here.
We're G League focused, man. Once you make it to the next level, you're out of our sight.
He is still in Miami. Shout out to our producer team. It's funny, he was acquired by the Miami Heat right after that Jimmy Butler trade. Talk about active physical players. Imagine those two guys on the same team if they ever had the opportunity in Miami, but they never did.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Settle. Got whacked there by Kelly, no call. They let it play on. Here's Mbang, swing out. Great ball movement. Here's Madsden from the right wing, couldn't get it to go.
And that was the right play from Settle, the one more to the sharpshooter Madsen, but just doesn't get it to fall.
Here's Banton trying to create underneath, and the right hand hook shot gives the Legends their first lead of the night with 7:08 here in this third quarter. Texas trying to use the numbers advantage here in this second half. Potentially run away with this lead if they have the opportunity. Just a crafty offensive job from Delano Banton.
Of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorrento.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon was pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Every game this season, one lucky fan gets a chance to complete the Kia Car Giveaway Challenge. Be here, be rowdy. You might drive home in a new car from Kia. And they're all waving for that new Kia. It hangs in the rafters here at Comerica Center. You think we can get it down and drive it out of here by the end of the night?
I think so. I like that Kia.
Texas Legends picked up their first lead of the ballgame before that break, as Delano Banton was able to finish at the rim. And I know we talked about it a bit before going to commercial break, DJ, but we've talked about the numbers advantage that the Legends have in this game. This is really why we discussed that, because now here you're talking about a Skyforce team with only 8 active players tonight versus the Legends who have 11. They've been able to rotate guys at almost every break in action.
Exactly. And I like what the Legends are doing here, kind of like an extended zone.
Great defensive play from Jamarian Sharp. It leads to a three-point opportunity on the other end for Miles Kelly. There's Sharp running the floor for the offensive rebound. Back out to Kelly for another opportunity and couldn't get it to go.
Once Miles Kelly, once he finds that rhythm from three-point land, man, he's going to be lethal. Such a good scorer at Auburn last year.
And Keels met by Sharp. And the paint had to pass it out. Madsden over to Keels. Keels finds a little bit of space, but Jamarian Sharp is there with his long wingspan to knock it away. That is just so tough to have to shoot over that wingspan from Jamarian Sharp. Now here's Sheldon Edwards off the glass, and a great take there from Sheldon Edwards.
I mean, Sharp led the NCAA in block shots 2 years in a row at Western Kentucky and at Ole Miss. It's one thing to be long and athletic, but he really does have the intelligence and discipline to be a great shot blocker too.
A little bit of space there for Carter, and he's going to be going to the free throw line for a 1-for-3 opportunity. Delano Banton got in his landing area. And that's become more of an emphasis year after year, not only here in the G League, but at the NBA level as well. It's going to be a three-point opportunity at the charity stripe.
Yeah, just the classic of Banton kind of getting under that shooter, Cam Carter.
knocks down the 3-for-1. That's a big free throw there for the Skyforce. Over the halfway point of this third quarter. I got a prediction here for you, DJ. Whatever team can go on the next run, whatever that is, whoever that is, I think that's going to be the team that walks away with this one.
Yep.
Beautiful floater there from Miles Kelly. Rattles in. And if you're the Legends, what's the emphasis right now to be able to make sure that you are on the winning end of that run?
Man, you can't let up on this defensive end. That's really what's holding this whole game together for both of these teams.
Yeah. That's a good foul there from Banton. Threw it away while trying to keep it in bounds. And gave a whack to Gabe Madsden.
Madsden had a really good career at Utah. Honorable mention in the Big 12 last year, 15 points per game. Can't leave him from beyond the arc.
Here's Banton trying to take it himself, and he's got it. Bucket and one. And if Delano Banton is the man heating up for the Legends here in this third quarter, this one could get out of hand.
Oh yeah, he's known to have about a quiet 20 points and a half type of night. And we might see that later on here in the late third, early fourth quarter.
You say quiet, would you believe he's the leading scorer in this game? I mean, it certainly felt like he's had some scoring opportunities, but it's been quiet.
No, it really has been. And that's a credit just how smooth his game is. A lot of people say that about Kevin Durant. You know, I mean, you just look up at the scoreboard and the box score, and you're like, how does he have 30 points? But I mean, you'll see at the end of the night, Banton, if he continues with these minutes, he'll put up a good stat line.
Banton got the offensive rebound off his missed free throw and got fouled going up once again. So this one will count for 2 points. That was the plan all along. And this is your G League leader in free throw attempts right here, Delano Banton. And he knocks that one in.
It's funny because it felt like, you know, 10 years ago or so when James Harden was leading those Houston Rocket teams, we hated seeing players get to the free throw line and draw fouls. You know, SGA, people call him a foul merchant. But you have to have that in your bag in today's game.
Good defense there by Banton underneath. It's forced a Trevor Keels 3 opportunity on the left wing. He had a couple of defenders in his face. The Legends have just done such a good job defensively since that first quarter. You talk about that first quarter, Sioux Falls had 35 points. Since then, just 22.
They're making it tough on them.
Out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Legends. And Sioux Falls is shooting a porous 10% from the floor here in this third quarter.
Yeah, that is atrocious, and a lot of that is really a factor of how hard this Legends team is playing.
Here's Kelly. Underneath to Banton. Banton has the size advantage on Cam Carter. Up and under. What a beautiful move there from Delano Banton. You talk about offensive craftiness. It'll be tough to find a more crafty play than that one tonight.
I don't know a more lethal play in today's game. The step through, what used to be called a travel so many times, now you can really do and perfect.
Here's Kelly trying to attack the bucket on his end. And now the Legends are starting to open things up out to a 9-point lead. 8-0 run here for Texas. Sioux Falls trying to stop the bleeding. Here's Keels going at the bucket, and he's able to get one off the glass.
Great job from Keels. Right foot, right hand layup.
Back down on the other end. Kelly couldn't finish. Who else with the offensive rebound than Matt Cross?
Yeah, his fingerprints are all over this game.
Yeah, might not show up in the stat sheet a whole lot other than those offensive rebounds. But man, he is a tough player. He has certainly filled in the gaps.
Yeah, offensive rebounds, gives your team another chance to score a possession, right? And usually it's right the rim or to kick out 3.
He's got 3 offensive rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Here's Trevor Keels going at Edwards. He's going to kick it out to Carter. Carter going at Kelly, and he takes it himself to the bucket, finishes with the left hand. Beautiful take there from Cam Carter. Now Miles Kelly finally gets one to finish. He's been hunting down that finish at the rim, and he finally gets it.
Really good. Just drove that closeout right away. Didn't waste any time.
And that one's thrown out of bounds. Here's another look at that finish from Kelly, and a good assist here from Jeremiah Robinson-Earl.
That's right. Just watch Kelly rip downhill and finish with the left hand.
Right here in Frisco, Texas. The greatest show on logo painted wood. Where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can spend some good old-fashioned quality time. Where prospects of today
down the lane, Brandon
stars of
Williams.
tomorrow. And now is your chance to score the best seat in the house. Secure your tickets now at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Texas Legends.
I'm Kevin with Swipe It on my way to help another customer. At Swipe It, we got great pricing and great service. Super fast! When our customers need service, we drop everything, even eat from a plane. If you process credit cards and are tired of switching from company to company only to be disappointed, start working with the professionals at Swipe It, and we'll help you become more profitable. You won't be disappointed. Serving merchants since 1999.
New year, new you, new look, new merch. Visit TexasLegendShop.com or shop in the arena on game day. A lot of cool swag there that you can buy on that Texas Legends shop. If you're going to support a G League team, why not this one? You'll certainly have everyone asking where you bought it. It's at TexasLegendsShop.com or come out to the Comerica Center and buy you some of these things that we have on the floor. Been a good night of basketball here at the Comerica Center. 2:28 to go in the third quarter. The Legends, after falling down as large as 17 points to the Sioux Falls Skyforce in that first half, have been able to chop wood and slowly not only claw back into it, but take a 7-point advantage here in this ball game. Mark Armstrong checks back in. Here's Jordan Hall. And that one couldn't find rim there late in the shot clock.
And this could be a really telling rotation for the Legends. No JRE, no Kelly, no Banton. This Legend team can really take off, or I could see the Skyforce kind of going on a little run here.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there. If we're looking at some of the guys who haven't had a whole lot of offensive consistency so far in this one, we'd be pointing to some of the guys on the court right now. Mark Armstrong has a -2. Jordan Hall has just a +2. That's the lowest of the starting 5. Sheldon Edwards at just a +5. So certainly want to find one of these guys and get them on a hot streak. Continue this run here in the third quarter. Open things up before the fourth. Carter, opportunity from the right wing, knocked down. That was pure.
And you know, what's interesting about the professional level is the rotation. A lot of times it doesn't matter what the score is. I mean, these coaching staffs have a rotation that they go to regardless, whereas in college, the rotation is pretty strictly defined on how the game is going.
Ten seconds left here on the shot clock. It's going to stay on this end. Okay, you're looking at 5 guys on the court right here. Who would you try to hunt down for some offensive consistency here?
I mean, Jordan Hall, probably the most elite offensive player from all 3 levels, but Edwards can really get his shot off at any time.
Surprise you that we're at this juncture in the game and Jamarian Sharp hasn't gotten on the scoreboard quite yet?
You know, it's not really his game.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's probably the one thing that's keeping him from really the NBA ranks is can he get like an Isaiah Hartenstein type runner or floater in these short roll positions? You know, or even can he stretch the floor like a Brook Lopez, like an Al Horford who's developed their three-point game? But that's a lot to ask for with a guy 7'5". You know how big his hands are? It's like shooting a Nerf ball. It really is like shooting a Nerf ball for a guy like him.
He hasn't attempted a three-pointer yet this year. 42% from the free throw line. That's another aspect of his game. You know, just attack the bucket, and even if you don't finish, draw contact and get to the line and be consistent from the line. I know that's been a big emphasis for him at times this year. And throughout his career with the Legends. Speaking of free throws missed, Legends couldn't get that one to go home. Now, under a minute to go here in the third frame. Sioux Falls trying to make it a one-possession ball game. Carter with a beautiful step. He got loose from Jordan Hall, but couldn't knock down the three. Here's Armstrong trying to work off the glass. I think at least that was his intention. It went off back iron. And now Sioux Falls can hold for the final shot. Here's Madsen. Sheldon Edwards with great defense on Madsen. Look at Sheldon Edwards just throwing his hands all around that possession. 4.5 left on the game clock. Not necessarily a quick shot. They can't waste a lot of time after the inbound. Trying to find Alex Fudge. They do. Fudge over to Keels. Keels has a little bit of room and knocks it down. Beautiful play out of the inbound for Sioux Falls. And that will send us to the fourth quarter with the Legends clinging to a 1-point lead. Sioux Falls, they don't have a lot of players here tonight, but the players they do have, they have offensive weapons. They've been able to stick around. Can Texas pull away, or will Sioux Falls make this a ball game all the way into the end? Join us right back here for the final 12 minutes.
More than a stiff back.
I had chronic neck and back pain.
I couldn't lift my arms.
The pain held me back from my daily activities.
Since going to the joint, I've been able to get my life back.
They guided me through the whole entire process. The doctors at Joint Chiropractic are so professional. I felt so safe in their hands.
The Joint and the chiropractic care they provide helps in all aspects of life.
Visit The Joint today. Scan the QR code and find a doctor near you.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Nobody wakes up planning for an emergency that day. At Total Care, our expert ER team stands ready with all the resources of the big hospital ERs, but built around you. With our wholehearted attention the moment you come through our doors. And it's right in your neighborhood. Total Care Emergency Room. On a mission to heal.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2025 Telluride or 2026 Sorrento.
Texas Legends basketball, your seat to the future.
Welcome back into Comerica Center. Abby Jones here. It is the final frame of this game. And when I talked to Coach Max Hooper at halftime, he said energy is so important for this matchup. And as you can tell, there is a bit more energy here tonight. But there were only 2 starters that had double digits in points and 11 points off of the bench. So he's going to need more production from his team as a whole. I can let you guys in on a secret. We talked about the 3-ball, which the Legends are shooting 6 of 22, which is 27%. He said on the catch and shoot, they have better efficiency than off the dribble. So guys, if they can drain a few of those, it does come down to luck, but maybe they can get this one going.
Great stuff, Abby, letting us in on some state secrets over here for the home side. It was a catch and shoot opportunity right there, couldn't knock it down. Rebound to Dane Danger.
A G League game under 70 points going into the 4th quarter. This is rare.
You were talking about old school basketball earlier. We've seen some really good defense that I think old school basketball fans would love. Speaking of, there's a pickpocket from Demoy Hodge. He's got Miles Kelly with him. Good defense from Sioux Falls. Tipped away to Miles Kelly. Now here's Hall. He's got some space. He's going to take it himself off the glass. Couldn't get it to go. And there's Carter with the rebound. Sioux Falls looking to run the court. Now they'll slow things up. Here's Danger underneath, using that big body. You know, if I'm Sioux Falls, I'm using that big body as much as I can. Dane Danger, you're not going to find many people in the G League that can go pound for pound with his physicality.
No, I mean, he's tremendous one-on-one player back to basket.
Here's Kelly, spot up shot, knocks it down. That was pure from Miles Kelly.
And that's the Miles Kelly that Auburn Tiger fans loved last year. Can really stretch the floor.
Staple for Bruce Pearl out at Auburn last season, and the rebound goes right back to him. He's gonna try to ride that hot hand. Flips it out to Hall in the left corner, and Hall knocks it down. Back-to-back tray balls for the Legends. Pushes the lead out to 5.
Legends fans have to love Jordan Hall. Always ready for the moment, always catch and shoot. Really good passer, as you see right there, too.
There's Demoy Hodge. What a beautiful job by Hodge there in the fast break. Understanding that the taller, longer Alex Fudge was behind him. He used his body to stay away from Fudge and got up on the glass. What a great job from Demoy Hodge. Here's that corner 3 from Jordan Hall. And here's Hodge using that body to his advantage and putting it in.
Thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take the TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Braintopia is a company that offers neurofeedback training, which is a holistic way to help with the symptoms of many neurological issues. Some people come after they've tried everything else, and some people come because they want to try this first. But everyone's coming because they want relief of some kind of symptom. We work with a wide variety of clients, anywhere from age 2 to 84 and everything in between. Athletes, students, or adults that want to perform better in their day-to-day life. Welcome to the Braintopia family. We can't wait to see you soon.
Welcome to Legends Land, the greatest show on logo painted wood, where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can spend some good old-fashioned quality time. Texas Legends basketball, your seat to the future.
Welcome back to the Comerica Center. 10 minutes to go. Legends holding on to a 7-point lead. You look at Delano Banton right there. And speaking of Banton, he is the benefactor of our Kia drive of the game. This up and under was beautiful, DJ.
Gosh, such a good play. Look at that step through. You kind of scratch your head and say, is that a travel? But no, man, you can step through and get a really good open shot because of it. You know a guy in the NBA that does this a lot? Anthony Edwards from the Minnesota Timberwolves does a great job on that step through.
Sioux Falls trying to put together a couple of offensive possessions here. Trailing by 7. you're probably going to see these starters on the floor for Sioux Falls, if not the rest of the way, at least most of it. Whereas the Legends, with first-year head coach Max Hooper, still have quite a bit of their reserves in the game, holding on to that starting five. You would think they'd come in with about 6 minutes to go. And if this reserve unit can keep this lead, or balloon it even more, that'll certainly help toward the final result. The bucket there from Jordan Hall moves the lead out to 9. Here's Settle. Good look from the top of the key, and he knocks it down.
And that all started with Dane just setting a screen at the elbow area for Cam Carter. Really drew down that MIG, a.k.a. most important guy on the defensive court, and Settle had the open three.
Who was the MIG in that instance? Did you get a number?
I didn't get a number, but it's whoever that guy coming off the ball screen, whoever he's reading, that tag guy. You'll hear a lot of guys say MIG, most important guy.
There's a whistle on the floor, and it was before the shot. Oh, they're going to count the basket. And Sioux Falls is arguing the decision. A little bit of confusion here as Sioux Falls head coach Dan Bisaccio is talking to the officials. Here's another look at it. What do you see here, DJ?
Man, I definitely see a foul.
Appreciate the officials for the explanation. It was a defensive 3-second call, but since Miles Kelly was already in his upward motion, the basket will count, no subs, and they'll continue on with play.
And that was referee Robert Hussey. I am not arguing with him, man. He is jacked.
That's a good point. I didn't even noticed that. The officials have done a really good job tonight. They've let them play. They've let this be a physical game, and they've gotten little calls like that right. You know, this is very much a proving opportunity for the officials as well. They're a Settle once again. I feel like a genius for looking at him when he was shooting and shoot around before the second half started. I was like, I think he's going to knock down a couple. He has been the hot hand here in this second half for Sioux Falls. He's knocked down 3 tray balls, 3 of 4 here in this second half so far. And it keeps the Legends lead to 5. There's Hodge trying to answer with one of his own. Could not. JRE. Physical offensive rebound against Dane Danger. That was a difficult pass to make underneath. There were 2 bodies in the way, 2 Legends bodies, and thrown right back to Carter. 2-on-1 opportunity, and bang, could not finish. Jordan Hall was there under the rim. Now trying to go back down the other way. Here's Hodge with an open look from the corner, and he knocks it in. And the Legends are out to their biggest lead of the night at 10 points. Sioux Falls just trying to find a couple of buckets. Here's Danger. What a beautiful step through and hook shot off the glass. That is not easy to do, and he made that look routine.
No, going away from the basket, high off the glass. Good touch from the big fella.
Settle with the rebound. Keels. Keels in the right wing. They're trying to hunt down an opportunity for Keels. Keels going to take it to the hoop. Could not finish. I think the biggest difference, at least for me defensively, between that first quarter where the Legends gave up 35 points and then since then where they've only given up 42 is dedicating bodies under the basket.
For sure. And you got to applaud this Legends team for running 3-point shooters off the line.
And bang, had an easy look under the bucket, but could not finish. And now a whistle. We'll stay with the Legends. Or under 6 to go. Banton is going to check in for Miles Kelly. Here's Banton. Hall with an open look from the left wing, and he knocks it in and gives a little trash talk to that Sioux Falls bench as well. Awkward shooting motion, but when it goes in, it looks beautiful, I will say.
Oh my goodness, man. He compounds good plays really, really well. When he sees 1 or 2 go in, he starts to become a really dangerous player.
Settle. Couldn't get that one to go. And Cross with the rebound. Legends trying to run away with this one. Here's Hall. He lost it on the way up. He was looking for a foul call, did not get it. I think that was a good no call. Now back down the other way. Madsen for Keels. Keels taking it to the bucket right at Delano Banton. Off the glass and in.
I think Hall wanted a goaltending, which from my point of view, it did look like that. Oh, this is what we see a lot of times in the NBA, right? Clock is ticking.
Trying to catch the defenders, not looking in the backcourt. Open man, and it's thrown away. That was a good look there in the corner. Would have had a wide open shot. Hey, here's a look at what you were talking about here, DJ.
Yeah, Hall goes over that left hand. I think it touches glass first. Let's see. It does.
That's exactly what it was. Yep.
That's what he's upset about.
Good eye there. That's why you got the glasses and I don't.
That's right.
Inbound right in front of the scores table. You can see DJ's beautiful glasses right here. .430 to go. Sioux Falls trying to find a couple of tray balls, and they knock one down with Trevor Keels. Their hottest offensive weapon tonight draws it back within 6.
Oh man, these guys are not going away.
There's JRE. Beautiful turnaround and finish with the left hand over Madsen. I would just be putting the ball into the hands of 23 every possession. I mean, with how he has played tonight, it's going to be a successful possession more often than not. Here's Fudge trying to finish underneath, and he gets the foul and the bucket. He'll have an opportunity to cut it to 5 here at the charity stripe.
Let's see, a lot of hands trying to steal this ball. Yeah, definitely a foul from Jordan Hall. But he had a heck of a couple-minute stretch there for this Legend team. Applaud Jordan Hall for the effort that he gave and the points that he distributed.
Fudge knocks down the and one. Under 4 to go now. Banton. Good defense from him. Bang. Kelly out to Cross. Cross trying to use his physical frame to get inside, and he does. Crosses the basket and then finishes off the glass.
Good job from Cross, keeping his dribble and probing that lane.
Now, Delano Banton throwing it down with the left hand. Got out in front on the fast break and finished with authority.
Delano Banton, man, played a lot of NBA games, and he's got that athleticism gear, and he can kick it into that gear when it's needed.
23 points for Delano Banton, trying to finish off this win here at the Comerica Center.
Thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Braintopia is a company that offers neurofeedback training, which is a holistic way to help with the symptoms of many neurological issues. Some people come after they've tried everything else, and some people come because they want to try this first. But everyone's coming because they want relief of some kind of symptom. We work with a wide variety of clients, anywhere from age 2 to 84 and everything in between. Athletes, students, or adults that want to perform better in their day-to-day life. Welcome to the Braintopia family. We can't wait to see you soon.
Welcome to Legends Land, the greatest show on logo painted wood. Where kids can be kids, where adults can unwind, where families can plan some good old-fashioned quality time. Texas Legends basketball, your seat to the future.
Welcome back into the Comerica Center. The Legends trying to put the finishing touches on a hard-fought victory here tonight. It has not been easy. It's been a physical ball game on both sides, but defensively for Texas, it has really shined in these last three quarters.
Oh, I mean, this is a brutal season for professional players. I mean, obviously from the outside, it looks like a glamorous job, but you got to play with extreme physicality night in and night out if you want to keep your roster spot.
We have certainly seen it on both ends. Defense turning into offense. 35 points allowed in that first quarter. Just 50 since then. As Sioux Falls has shot just 34% from the floor here in this second half. Trevor Keels trying to get somebody off the ground, did not do so. Good perimeter defense, but they left Madsen open in the right corner. And it cuts it back to within 6. You mentioned it, DJ. Sioux Falls just will not go away.
No, great job from Madsen continuing to slide into that corner.
Banton trying to finish. Kind of an awkward finish. And now Keels is out left alone down on the other end, and he finishes with an easy 2. I think Banton was looking for a foul call there. I've appreciated how these officials have let them play tonight. I will continue to say that. But here late in the ball game, you wonder if some of these calls that have not been calls to this point maybe get whistled. And Kelly gets whistled. Knocks down the 3 ball. Madsen bumped him on the way up. That's an opportunity for a 4-point play for the Auburn product.
Man, Skyforce fans, that one right there feels like a dagger. Miles Kelly, hand down, man down. That's the type of plays that Mavs fans want to see, because that can translate to the next level.
And he knocks it home. The rare 4-point play converted by Miles Kelly. Stretches this lead back out to 8. Can Texas put away the boys from South Dakota? Running the floor on the other side. He's got Banton in the corner. Banton passed up the opportunity, drives in, up and under. Couldn't get it to go. Now Trevor Keels put Matt Cross on a parachute. And now with another opportunity from the left wing. And these missed 3-point opportunities starting to loom large now for Sioux Falls. Jordan Hall with an opportunity from the top of the key. Good box out there from Cam Carter to keep Banton out from the offensive board. Now Carter trying to go the other way. Great defense from Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. 2-on-1. Banton gonna take it himself. And he draws the foul on Keels. And Keels coming up a bit gingerly after that defensive chance. I think everybody's going to need some ice baths in the morning before that 3:30 tip tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, for sure. That's a quick turnaround.
It certainly is. And now here, under 2 minutes to go, they will take each free throw as scheduled. Banton knocks down the first. Look at Delano Banton with 24 points on the night, matching his teammate Miles Kelly with also 24. Trevor Keels leads both sides with 27. And looks like we're going to have a concussion check.
Concussion check. I haven't heard of that. Where's the blue tent?
At least that's what I heard over the PA. It was a 30-second check. And we're back here with Delano Banton at the free throw line to finish it off. Everybody's still in the game. And knocked it down. Maybe I heard it incorrectly, but I heard over the PA a concussion 30-second check. Here's Cam Carter from the right wing. That's a much-needed 3-ball, and they're going to look at it. His foot may have been on the line. They did call it a 2 on the court. The officials confirming that the call on the floor was a 2-pointer. I'm going to take a look at the monitor here to make sure they get it right. And it appears on replay that this was a 3-point basket. Not the shortest 3 you could find on the court, though.
Even with a minute 8 on the clock, you see they do say it's a 3-point basket. I mean, we've seen crazier comebacks than 7 points in a minute.
Quite a bit of room there between his foot and the 3-point line. Got it right. That's a big 3-ball for Sioux Falls. 1:08 to go. Now full court press here from the Force. Matt Cross trying to get it in, trying to find somebody into a lot of pile of bodies. And that one's going to be off of Jordan Hall, and it's going to stay on this side of the court. Skyforce force a turnover.
I think Jordan Hall actually got lucky too, because he goes out of bounds, comes back inbounds, which you're not allowed to do, and off him.
Inbound to Alex Fudge. Here's Settle. They want the 3-ball. Cam Carter couldn't get it to go. That was a good look from the top of the key. Now under a minute to go. Got to get it across half court in 8 seconds. They're able to do so. Now Banton doubled. He gets it out to JRE. Left Jordan Hall in the corner. It's double everybody with the basketball. Here's Matt Cross taking it himself. Bucket and 1. Matt Cross putting the finishing touches and maybe even the night-night on this ball game.
And Jordan Hall throws a grenade in the air. Watch this. Some might call this a hospital ball, but Matt Cross goes up and gets it with the physicality. And 1 going to the free throw line.
Thought you were maybe talking about the John Morant celebration throwing the grenade in the air. He certainly could have done so after that one. And he knocks down the free throw. And this win should feel good for the Legends tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, coming off 4 losses in a row, you got to love the way that you get this win. Gritty on the defensive end. Coach Max Hooper needs to be happy with his guys for sure. Credit to Matt Cross, man. God, kids watching at home, you can find a way to get on that court, and it doesn't mean you got to make baskets or be super athletic, but just have a nose for the ball. Be competitive.
Efficient 24-minute outing for Matt Cross. Just 3 for 4 from the floor, but when he takes those opportunities, he is certainly decisive with them. 7 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. We talk about his 4 offensive rebounds, and he's had crucial opportunities in this game. He might not be our sucker punch player of the game tonight, but he is certainly one of the more positive factors for the Legends here tonight. Skyforce trying to pull off a miracle. Down 10, 35 to go. Cam Carter taking it to the hoop, and Cross is going to be whistled for the foul. Carter will go to the line for 2. I think if you're looking at it from this Sioux Falls perspective, they lost their two-way guys on Thursday. Both of them went up to the NBA for some time with Miami Heat. That's Jameer Young, who had 20-plus points in 12 straight games. And then Vlad Golden, the big 7-footer out of Michigan. Spent some time at Florida Atlantic, too, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Those good Dusty May teams, followed Dusty May to Michigan. But for Sioux Falls, it was just about finding the scoring without those two guys, finding the presence underneath without those two guys, and maybe a little bit of work to do here to finish off this road trip as Max Hooper calls a timeout. Didn't like how things were looking on that offensive possession.
No, and that's where this 8-man rotation, that hurts for this Skyforce team. Quick turnaround. I mean, call it T-minus 12 to 13 hours. You're back here at shoot-around probably.
Now whistle Cam Carter with the foul on Banton. And Banton will go to the free throw line for 2. I'll give credit to some of these guys who have stepped up offensively for Sioux Falls tonight, whether it be Trevor Keels or Cam Carter with 23 coming off the bench. But just looking at this starting 5 for the Legends tonight, you could find why they were able to find consistency when those 5 were on the court. Delano Banton with 26 and an opportunity for 1 more. Miles Kelly with 24. Jeremiah Robinson Earl with 19. Jordan Hall with 12. If you can put 4 starters in double digits like that, more often than not, you're going to find a victory.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this Legends starting 5, super talented.
Timeout here, 17 to go. And like we said, if you're in the DFW area, you don't have anything going on tomorrow night, come out. 3:30 p.m. tip, right back here at the Comerica Center between these two squads. Sioux Falls trying to finish their 5-game road trip on a high note. Or as the Legends, before a quick 1-game trip to Austin, try to finish with a 2-game sweep of the Skyforce. It's the first time these two teams have met this season. Cam Carter to inbound with 17 to go. Good defense here on the inbound. Madsen had to put up an ugly shot with Cross in his face. And now the Legends can just dribble this one out. A hard-fought, hard-earned victory for the Texas Legends here tonight. They fell down by as much as 17 in the first half to Sioux Falls and used big offensive nights from Delano Banton and Miles Kelly to power through for their 6th victory on the season.
Really good job from the Legends. Like you said, they turned it around, actually finished with an okay shooting percentage from the field, 44%, and they limited the turnovers. Really good team win. Coach Max Hooper will be happy tonight.
Well, stick around. We have all of the post-game highlights and your Sucker Punch Pickle player of the game coming up just after this. The Legends win 105-95 over the Skyforce.
Feedback training, which is a holistic way to help with the symptoms of many neurological issues. Some people come after they've tried everything else, and some people come because they want to try this first. But everyone's coming because they want relief of some kind of symptom. We work with a wide variety of clients, anywhere from age 2 to 84 and everything in between. Athletes, students, or adults that want to perform better in their day-to-day life. Welcome to the Braintopia family. We can't wait to see you soon.
My dad is a real-life superhero. Whenever people need him the most, he is always ready. He springs into action with amazing gadgets and a supersonic truck, ready to face whatever catastrophe awaits. My dad is a superhero, and when you need help after a disaster, he'll always be there to save the day.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon was pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Nobody wakes up planning for an emergency that day. At Total Care, our expert ER team stands ready with all the resources